Hi. In these videos on retirement, one of my objectives is to motivate you in such a way that you are inclined to do certain things. In other words, to sort of step out and motivate yourself to have a happier retirement. And of course I'm a bit challenged now because I put out quite a few of these videos and I think, what am I going to talk about next, which could be of interest to you as an upcoming retiree or someone fairly recently retired. And it just so happened that I was reading a book this morning, a book I've read many times actually, and I'll show you the book. You might have a copy yourself. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the late Stephen R Covey. The book is a masterpiece on life itself. And even quite a few years ago, I bought this 10 years ago, this book. It had already sold 25 million copies around the world. Now, when a book sells 25 million copies in 30 years, it usually means there's a lot of good stuff in there. So what has this got to do with you as a retiree? Towards the end of the book, the author is asked certain questions which he answers. One of the questions he is asked is this: you have said that your most important final message is to live life in crescendo. What does that mean? And here's what Stephen R Covey says, and here is why I think this is important to you as a coming up retiree or a early into retirement. Here's what Covey says: it means that the most important work you will ever do is always ahead of you. I'll repeat that. It means that the most important work that you will ever do is always ahead of you. It is never behind you. You should always be expanding and deepening your commitment to that work. Retirement is a false concept. You may retire from a job, but you never retire from meaningful projects and contributions. Understand that? In retirement, when you think about it, you have all those years behind you, all that wisdom, all that learning. What can you do with it? You can help others. You can help others. That's what I'm doing here in my 29 years of retirement, trying to help you in early retirement live a happy, better, more satisfying life. You can do the same. This can be one of your main projects. Whether you like it or not, you've learned a lot. Now is your job to be the elder, to be the teacher, to be the wise person people come to for advice. Now, you could lose yourself and say, no, I'm not into any of that. I don't want to do any of that. But will it be satisfying just to bumble through, to do the things that please you only and don't help other people? The Japanese came up with this concept called ikigai. What does it mean? Doing something that you love, doing something that you are good at, doing something that will help others, and hopefully being rewarded for it or paid for it. Now, if you're retired, you might not get paid for it in money. You will get paid for it in feelings. When people come back to you grateful for something that you've done, it makes you feel good. So remember that. Don't give up just because you're retired. The big things in your life are still ahead of you. Everything you develop every skill, every value, every principle that you uncover in your life helps you to help other people, and certainly helps you. If this is sounding a bit like a lecture, I'm sorry about that, but I'm only speaking from my own life experience. I find that even at 88, I still think some of my biggest things are ahead of me. Now, I've been into speaking to audiences for years, many years now. I've done workshops in various countries and spoken to big audiences. The biggest audience, 700 people up in Hong Kong, 2015. I'm looking forward to giving an even bigger presentation at a bigger conference somewhere ahead. I'm not going to give that away. Maybe I'll be invited to do so. Maybe I won't. But the point is this: bigger things always lie ahead of you. If you say to yourself, yes, I'm expanding into life, I'm learning more, I'm growing, I'm becoming better and better all the time. Do that, and you will be motivated to live a long, happy, purposeful, meaningful and gratifying to you life. I hope you got something from this one.